In commemoration of the 7 years in office of Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu, the impressive revelations of the 2026 Lagos State Ministerial Press Briefing by various honorable commissioners on behalf of their ministries is a deep reflection on the remarkable milestones recorded during the second term of this administration. As the Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu administration winds down, his leadership will undoubtedly leave an enduring legacy of resilience, innovations, and transformation through strategic policies, people-oriented programs, and sustainable development initiatives that have significantly improved the quality of life of Lagos residents. So, sit back as TV Nigeria News on the Lagos Update platform brings you a comprehensive news catalog and, of course, the sight and sound of the ongoing 2026 Ministerial Press Briefing here in Lagos. Thanks for joining us. Let's take you now into the 2026 Ministerial Press Briefing. First, the Honorable Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshiyemi, re-emphasized the Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu administration's commitment to delivering a safe, integrated, and efficient transportation system in line with Mr. Governor's Themes Plus agenda at the 2026 Ministerial Press Briefing in Lagos. Oshiyemi highlighted the ministry's achievements, reforms, infrastructural interventions, strategic partnerships, and policy initiatives within the period under review in support of the administration's vision in making Lagos a 21st century economy driven by efficient and accessible transportation system in Lagos.
Strategic Transport and Mobility Master Plan. The aim of STMMP is to setting a clear roadmap for Lagos transportation needs through 2050. The plan will enhance mass transit with a focus on expanding rail systems, strengthening bus rapid transit, which is the BRT, and developing structured ferry services into a fully integrated multimodal network. It will also outline plans to modernize public bus fleets with cleaner energy and improve last-mile connectivity. In terms of traffic management, the Ministry of Transportation continually embark on traffic management intervention plan for junctions, corridors with a view to enforce the proper use of road carriageway, pedestrian walkways, parks and garages to reduce travel time, reduce pedestrian motor conflicts, and improve safety of lives and properties on the roads. Of course, a lot of junction improvement work, traffic signalization, intelligent traffic system, which is ITS, operational control, traffic management systems, and truck barriers and installations. In terms of junction improvement, traffic management intervention works along Towing Street, Okwebi, and Allen Avenue is nearing completion. I can say we are about 90% done there to improve traffic flow, reduce travel time, boost economic activities, and support optimal use of the newly completed Okwebi-Mende Link Bridge. Intelligent traffic signal lights. The Lagos State government, through the ministry, had made provision of intelligent traffic signal lights and installations at various locations: Awolowo Roadway by Kudura Rabiola, Admiralty Road, Dia Street, Ijebu-Ode Road by Araga, Poga Junction, Epe, and a couple of others. In terms of operational control, major enforcement operations were carried out by LASMA across highly chaotic corridors. From January to December, we have about 550 infractions. From January to March of this quarter, we have about 226 infractions. Stopping on the highway, 730 from January to December last year, 95. Illegal parking, willful obstruction, all of the numbers can be provided or can be seen on the slide as presented. The rescue and emergency operations, in collaboration with other emergency response agencies, LASMA rescued over 1,250 emergency victims in the year 2025, and the number which keep increasing by the day. Operational control. Private vehicles that were impounded last year, total 6,791. Commercial vehicles, about 10,148. And the total traffic violations recorded in 2025 comes to about 19,588. The breakdown also is on the slide, like I said. Traffic management in terms of parking. We have the on-street parking regulation, which is to decongest some roads in the state, increase parking management efficiency, and increase business turnaround time. The Lagos State Parking Authority has zoned the regulated on-street parking scheme into 5 major locations: Ikeja, Ikoyi, Lekki, Victoria Land, and Surulere. The total number of 24,212 set-back parking slots have been discovered in this area and also identified at 127 car parks comprising of 42 commercial and 85 non-commercial. What you will see in the coming months will be in terms of on-street parking, where the Lagos State Parking Authority would be putting parking zones in areas if we believe that, yes, people can park without disturbing vehicular movement. Traffic management in terms of gated streets. We will ensure interconnectivity, especially emergency services where needed by the police, ambulances, and fire services. The ministry have continually monitored and enforced removal of street gates when necessary across the street. I'm sure we all know and remember that there's a law that says that all gates should be open between the hours of 5 a.m. and 11 p.m. This is to enable vehicular movement. Several street gates were enforced and removed randomly across the state within the period under the review. For the road safety, we have road markings and we have a laundry list of all of the roads that have been marked. The essence of this is for public safety and road safety. The driver care initiative. The Lagos State government, through the Office of the SSA on Transportation and Logistics, launched driver care initiative, offering free eye screening, drug test, and recertification training to commercial drivers to enhance road safety and welfare. The program was flagged off at Lily Pond Terminal, Ijora, and extended to other motor parks, targeting 10,000 drivers as beneficiaries. They did not just stop at that. We went ahead to also give police officers those glasses to ensure that they also are beneficiaries of this. The Lagos Waterways Authority, LASWA, intensified its waterways safety campaign through strategic partnerships and large-scale sensitization programs. One of it was the life jackets distribution. In May 2025, the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy donated life jackets to LASWA at 5 Cowries terminal, reinforcing the state's commitment to compulsory life jacket usage and safer waterways operations. And then we move on to the rail. The Blue Line Project Phase 2, which is from Mile 2 to Okokomaiko. The Lagos Rail Mass Transit Blue Line, developed by Lamata, is a modern light rail mass transit system designed to reduce traffic congestion and improve integrated urban mobility in Lagos State, while ongoing Phase 2 infrastructure development extends the corridor from Mile 2 to Okokomaiko with continued track construction, station development, power systems installations, and supporting rail infrastructure expansion. As we're all aware, we know that the Blue Line Phase 1 is from Marina to Mile 2 and is all electric. The Phase 2 is the one that we're taking from Mile 2 all the way to Okokomaiko. And we have pictures showing the work as is being done presently.
The Honorable Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Mr. Okpe George, at the 2026 Ministerial Briefing, outlined the various strategic policy initiatives, programs, infrastructural projects, interventions, and developmental institutional frameworks to strengthen and sustain its budgetary permutations to drive a purposeful economic growth for Lagos State. He also highlighted efforts to strengthen innovative development and financial strategies to ensure implementation of development reforms to drive ease of doing business in Lagos through various departments of the ministry.
Projects like the Oyedepo link bridge, which was recently just opened, commissioned. So for us, it's one of the most critical infrastructure interventions that the budget has had an impact on. It has helped us in being able to know that we simply reduce our travel time from across that axis. It's going to decongest parts of the city center. The removes thousands of vehicles from traditional bottlenecks and Otedola and Mobile Bank and Tony as well. So, I think for us, those are the kind of projects we would like to see that, there's an impact. You can see what has gone into it, and indeed it is one of the sort of iconic projects.
The Honorable Commissioner for the Ministry of Tertiary Institutions, Tolani Sule, at the 2026 Ministerial Press Briefing, gave an impressive scorecard of remarkable progress report of the administration's policy initiatives, programs, and projects in strengthening the state's tertiary institutions within the period under review. The Commissioner noted that the success recorded so far is in line with the Themes Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu.
I am delighted to inform you that over the past 3 years, this administration has made huge investments in our tertiary education sector. We have expanded access through the establishment of new institutions, upgraded infrastructure across campuses, enhanced digital training and learning facilities, and provided modern hostels, lecture halls, and research laboratories. Equally, we have prioritized staff welfare and training through initiatives such as improved scholarship and bursary schemes, capacity building partnerships, collaboration and targeted funding for innovation and research, strategic initiatives of the ministry. Lagos State trains public servants on executive leadership training to achieve world-class public service. The Lagos State government, in partnership with the Rome Business School Nigeria, conducted the second edition of a 2-day executive leadership training program for public servants. Another thing we have done is attempt to tackle the issue of doctor shortage with new medical university. The Ministry of Tertiary Education and Health have advanced a bill awaiting the assent of Mr. Governor to establish a new University of Medicine and Health Sciences. A successful public hearing gathered doctors, academia, traditional rulers, and critical stakeholders to discuss the legislation. Unlike a simple rebranding of LASUCOM, this new institution is aimed to, 1, expand training, that is, increase the number of healthcare professionals available locally and internationally. The ministry initiated a strategic alliance with Jack Motors to provide advanced practical training for engineering students at LASU and LASUSTEC. By bridging the gap between theory and practice, the partnership focuses on high-demand field skills such as vehicle assembly and maintenance, automotive servicing and workshop management, and component manufacturing. In a strategic move to sanitize academic environments, the Lagos State Command of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, in collaboration with the ministry, is to commence a specialized capacity building program for academics across all state tertiary institutions. This initiative is designed to address the escalating rates of substance abuse among the youth by transforming educators into the first line of defense. The Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Student Union Affairs initiated some programs that were carried out during the year under review. Part of it is the Software Quality Assurance Training Program. A free 3-weekend software quality assurance training was organized in collaboration with the Correct Tech. As many as 1,500 students were trained, involving students of Lagos State University of Education, Lagos State University of Science and Technology, and Lagos State College of Health Technology. The International Students' Day Summit. This was held on November 19, 2025. The summit was organized to commemorate Global International Student Day, which brought together students from tertiary institutions across Lagos State. It provides a platform to promote students' engagement and collaboration, which reaffirmed the governor's commitment to inclusive governance. Activities and achievements of these institutions under our supervision. Ranking status of LASSO. I am happy to report that LASSO ranked as the most subscribed university in 2025 Joint Admission and Matriculation Board examination. As many as 84,426 students applied to study in LASSO, well above University of Lagos with 58,645 and University of Ilorin with 56,758 applicants. Again, world-class infrastructure were developed and inaugurated in LASSO. Amongst them is the Babajide Olushola Sanwo-olu Library Complex. Achievements in the area of sports and sporting activities. These include our participation in FISO World University Games in August 2025. LASSO Queens, Lagos University female football team, participated in the FISO World University Games representing Africa in female football, the first time ever that a Nigerian university is represented. 27th Nigerian University Games, NUGA, just November 2025. Athletes were sponsored and the Lagos State University contingent secured 38 medals, including 10 gold, 14 silver, and 15 bronze, marking the team's best ever performance in the competition. Career progression for staff in the registry, bursary, and audit departments, with the elongation of cadres to level 15, rewarding long-serving professionals and creating incentives for excellence.
And still from the ministerial briefing, the Honorable Commissioner for Innovation, Science and Technology, Tubosun Alake, presented the significant policy initiatives, programs, projects and achievements of the ministry. The key high points of the ministry's success in the period under review borders critically on the areas of training and capacity building, policy promotion, IT service, and infrastructural management.
When this administration came in 2019, we decided to base all our interventions on a plan and not just implement randomly. That plan came up with 7 major pillars: the talent pillar, the access, funding, infrastructure, policy, diversity and inclusion, and communication and advocacy. First and foremost, as I move through our projects and initiatives, is our Safe City project. You would know this as our Smart City. The Lagos State Smart City project started implementation in the year 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic. And I would say that we have recorded some achievements within the time. Our Safe City project has seen more than 450 intelligent video surveillance cameras implemented across the state. In addition to that, we have implemented intelligent transport system platforms across major areas within the state. And I am proud to say that today, the intelligent video surveillance cameras that is supposed to aid emergency response, criminal investigations, and all safety coordination in the state. We are pleased to say that the police have used our infrastructure to solve more than 10 critical cases within the state. And this effort continues, right? This is in relation to criminal investigations. I'll give an example. There was recently a theft at one of our points. The police used our intelligent video surveillance feeds to be able to nab the criminals within a few days. And that is a testament to the technology that we are deploying within the state. As we increase the safe city and smart city footprint, we believe that this technology will aid security operatives in making the state safer. Not only that, our intelligent transport system has actually made significant gains in helping to make the city a better transport environment. Between February and August of 2027, we have recorded over 86,000 traffic violations. That's in 7 months. That was in the year 2025. We apologize for that mistake there. That's supposed to be 2025. We haven't entered 2027 yet. So between February and August of 2025, we recorded over 86,000 violations in 4 major areas. Across Lagos State, the entire intelligent transport system, there have been over 737,000 violations across all the intelligent transport systems in the state. Now, what are these intelligent transport systems that have been installed and deployed? We have the red light cameras, we have the auto number plate recognition system, we also have the e-police system, that's the lane change systems that have been installed, and of course, the registration violation systems. That's the systems that record whether you are on top of your vehicle registrations or your roadworthiness and things like that. What we have seen is that in the areas where this technology has been deployed, there is more than 50% better traffic behavior in those areas. And this is testament to the technology that has been deployed through our office across these major areas. Let us know that this implementation will continue in the future. I just needed to bring out some of these data so that we can see what some of the benefits that this is bringing in the state. So our smart city implementation has been bringing in benefits to make Lagos a much safer and saner place to live.
The Honorable Commissioner for Energy and Mineral Resources, Dr. Biodun Ogunleye, gave an impressive scorecard, progress report, and significant strategic initiatives in the period under review to build a resilient, efficient, and inclusive energy ecosystem, as well as optimizing the state's mineral resources, making Lagos a top destination for investment, both in energy and mineral resources. The Commissioner noted that the focus has been to support economic growth, enhance quality of life, and position Lagos as the model 24/7 sub-national economy in the energy sector transformation.
Electricity, creating a sustainable private sector-led market. The past year marked a period of intense activity, building on strong foundation laid by the Lagos State Electricity Law 2024. We have consolidated our electricity sector policy and updated the Lagos Integrated Resource Plan while finalizing the strategic implementation plan. We advanced the operationalization of our independent electricity market framework with a design that eliminates a single buyer, encourage waterfalls, and ensure all trades clear periodically in line with international best practices. We are actively strengthening institutions, deepening regulatory oversight, and enabling a competitive, investor-friendly environment for electricity in the state. The administration's plan for a farewell to the culture of blackout, as outlined in the law, rests on the following anchors. 1, building a strong regulatory institution. Through the Lagos State Electricity Regulatory Commission, we advanced licensing frameworks and tightened consumer complaints handling and started enforcement activities. while setting a regulatory agenda that's focused on ensuring the expectations of our people, saying farewell to a culture of blackout, are met in good time. Investor-friendly environment. We have created energy hubs and are already supporting the implementation of expansion and improvement projects across the state. We will do our best to ensure all incentives applicable to investments in the sector are obtainable in Lagos. Our real test is to be the first subnational that will secure an international financial institution backing for market instruments and trading. Number 3, 100% metering. The Lagos law makes this a requirement, and the appropriate regulatory tools have already been developed to bring this to reality. Market participants and end users will benefit from a more transparent market that a fully metered environment will enable. Number 4, grassroots coordination. We have operationalized the Lagos State Electricity Cooperative and the Renewable Energy Desk to coordinate energy activities at the consumer and rural levels, particularly in unserved and underserved neighborhoods. Independent power generation. Expanding reliable supply remains non-negotiable. We currently have 12 independent power producers, IPPs, under regulation, with 7 fully operational on the business side. The first quarter performance trend has been positive as we are increasing installed capacity and diversifying supply mix. We have commenced the process of ensuring previously contracted generation assets become embedded assets that's able to play in the emerging market and partner with other participants as embedded assets. B, infrastructure deployment and strategic corridors. Effective delivery depends on readiness of infrastructure, and we know the need for a lot of work to be done in this regard. We have scaled up physical development to ensure power reaches the areas where it is needed most. In partnership with DISCOs, TCN, NEC, NISO, Federal Power Co., and REA, we are expanding the grid, mini grids, solar power systems, solar rooftops, and embedded generation projects. These targeted interventions are closing gaps where the main grid cannot reach quickly enough, bringing clean energy to schools, health centers, and communities all over Lagos, particularly in Ajegunle, Epe, Ibeju, and Badagry. And we just give a few examples of those projects. The Badagry Axis grid extension in further strengthening electricity infrastructure. In March 2026, the state recently commissioned critical grid projects in Badagry. This includes 3 massive electrical distribution towers crossing the Gbagi Lagoon alongside distribution transformer substations covering a stretch of 37.7 kilometers. These landmark projects include the rehabilitation of 33 kV power lines stretching 37.7 kilometers along Baji, Seme, Owode, and Akpa. This is a significant step in improving power delivery, network reliability, and regional connectivity. Lekki Epe Integrated Energy Corridor. To drive industrial expansion, the Lagos State government is actively facilitating the right of way for a 132 kV bulk power transmission line running from Ajah Transmission Substation through Elekon Junction to Alaro City. Oil and gas, alternative fuel for vehicles. Lagos is a leader in the global shift towards cleaner energy alternatives. In the oil and gas sector, we are aligning Lagos with the global shift towards cleaner transport fuel, with roughly 80% of fuel globally consumed by transport vehicles. Lagos must lead this transition. In February 2026, the ministry convened interministerial stakeholder engagement on Lagos State alternative fuel for vehicles policy development, and an external stakeholder meeting in April 2026 with stakeholders in the larger sector, bringing all the players into one room to standardize compressed natural gas, liquefied natural gas, and EV battery technologies for a safer, immediate alternative transport fuel. Lagos is poised to be ready and fully compliant ahead of other cities in sub-Saharan Africa. For Ibile Oil and Gas, which is our vehicle for intervention in oil and gas matter on behalf of our citizens, the throughput for last year is quite robust at about 115 million liters of PMS to KGO and 14 million liters of LPG. They are contributing substantially to the expansion of the state in ensuring energy security is assured. In terms of clean cooking initiatives, the team has been able to ensure that we are expanding safer, cleaner LPGs access to over 80,000 households across all 5 administrative divisions. And this expansion is supported by a growing network of 7 standalone LPG plants and 4 specialized kits. In terms of clean transport initiative by Ibile is currently accelerating training. 244 vehicles have been successfully converted, and the conversion breakdown, 102 heavy-duty vehicles, 85 tricycles, and 16 commercial vehicles, and 15 taxi pickup trucks, and key institutional fleets. To support this rapid expanding ecosystem, 85 technicians have been trained across 2 active conversion hubs. 17 master trainer professionals have been certified, and 17 dedicated CNG stations are on track for completion by year-end 2026. Another most significant contribution that the team is making is in the area of marine energy solution. We have 4 marine filling stations that is being deployed to ensure that we're able to supply alternative fuel for ferries driving on Lagos water, particularly the Lagos State Waterway Authority. We are actively supporting their green maritime transport goal.
The Honorable Commissioner for Home Affairs, Onlarewaju Layobe, rendered an impressive account of the giant strides and accomplishments of the ministry at the Lagos State 2026 Ministerial Press Briefing in the year under review. The Commissioner highlighted the ministry's efforts in fostering harmonious coexistence among diverse religious and social groups, promoting peace and mitigating crisis through enactment of relevant policies, as well as proactive coordination of religious and social groups.
I would like to highlight the broad objective and functions of the ministry as follows: facilitating, maintaining, and enhancing harmonious relationship among the faith-based group and organization, supervising the operations of both Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board and the Muslim Pilgrim Welfare Board, registering the licensing and supervising the activities of money lenders in the state, coordinating national and state celebrations and ceremonies such as National Independence Day, Armed Forces Remembrance Day, International Day for Tolerance, Annual Thanksgiving Service, Lent/Easter celebration, Tafsir, Eid al-Fitr get-together, Eid al-Adha get-together, Christian Carol of 9 lessons, Nigeria Inter-Religious Council NIREC meetings, Interfaith Rally, coordinating citizenship matters in the state, maintaining liaison with Nigeria Inter-Religious Council NIREC meetings, handling any other duties as may be assigned by the governor of Lagos State. Most recently, since 2023, the annual Thanksgiving service was relocated to Tafawa Balewa Square, a facility that accommodates over 5,000 guests in attendance. The Lagos State annual Thanksgiving service held on every first Sundays of the new year. The event is to glorify the Almighty God for the lives of Lagos State citizens, its entire workforce, and the highlighting of achievement recorded through the previous year, while commenting the new year and all other government plans, programs, and projects to God. Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day. Honoring the fallen heroes who laid down their lives for the unity, peace, and sovereignty of Nigeria as nation take place annually on January 15th. The state government sees the opportunity annually to donate a very large sum of legionaries at the last edition and some of 2 pickup van and other social amenities for the widows of our late soldiers. Also, a Ramadan Tafsir. Year 2026 Ramadan Tafsir also feature a special prayer session for the nation by the Lagos State League of Imams, who assembled to charge the Muslim community on the need to maintain peace and stability in the polity, not only during the fast, but as a lifestyle. During this period of the fast, over 6,000 food packs and drinks were distributed daily to public servants and in all MDAs across the state to break their fast. Lent and Easter celebration. During this period, the ministry facilitated the distribution of over 6,000 food also daily for breaking the fast of the Christian across the ministry and departments, agencies in the state during this 40 days Lent period. Mr. Governor also extended the gesture of distributing gift items to religious leaders in the state and to celebrate the Easter festival. The Eid al-Fitr, Itunawe, and Eid al-Adha get-together parties are usually hosted by the first family of the state, and this event includes a large number of Lagosians, most especially the Muslim faithful across the state. Application for naturalization and special immigration status is a major mandate of Federal Ministry of Interior in collaboration with Lagos State Ministry of Home Affairs. The Ministry of Home Affairs oversees the processing of the money lender application and issuance of renewal of license to the money lender operators in Lagos State, while also monitoring and supervising the activities of money lenders operation in Lagos State. 2025 to 2026, the ministry received a total number of 112 new applications, while 214 existing money lenders operative were renewed. The Lagos State government also ensured the most of the families of the slain heroes and the retired officers are captured in the empowerment program of the state through its MDA, such as Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Empowerment, and others. The state government also employs some of the legionaries as a security personnel within the MDAs. Interfaith Pally, organized by the Ministry of Home Affairs, emphasized the cardinality of bringing religious leaders of the 2 major religious faiths in the state together as a major stakeholders to meet from time to time and discuss issues of common interest for the development of the state. The religious harmony and unity are positively impacted on the security and peace that Lagos State continue to enjoy. We speak to our economic prosperity. I am happy to report to you gentlemen of the press and the general public at large that Lagos State has enjoyed tremendous religious harmony and peaceful coexistence through one of the critical functions of our ministry, that is facilitating, maintaining, and enhancing harmonious relations among faith-based group and organization in the state.
The Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Olusoya, gave an impressive scorecard of the ministry's agricultural and food systems policy initiatives, activities, significant projects and programs in the period under review. The Commissioner highlighted the purposeful steps taken by the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu in the period under review to move Lagos State from a traditional focus sector into a modern tech food system economy.
Our mission is clear, and that is to build a resilient, inclusive, technology-driven and sustainable food system that ensures food security, creates jobs, empowers the youth and women, attracts private investment, and positions Lagos as a leading food systems hub in Africa. This mission continues to be anchored on 4 strategic pillars. 1, strengthening domestic production. 2 is deepening up-country partnerships. 3 is building storage, logistics, and processing infrastructure. And the 4th is transforming market systems for efficient food access and distribution. And with consistent investment and guidance from the governor, these strategic pillars are being translated into tangible achievements across 6 key areas. The first is in training, capacity building, and human capital development. In the past, we reported that over 100,500 farmers and fishermen had been trained in modern agricultural practices, enhancing productivity and livelihoods. I am, however, pleased to announce that an additional 25,300 farmers, fisher folk, processors, livestock operators, coconut value chain actors, rice farmers, market operators, youth, women, and agribusiness owners have been trained in the year under review. The continuous implementation of programs in this direction is a testament to our belief that human capital remains the foundation of our food systems transformation. The training focuses on accessing technical support, enterprise advisory services, input sourcing, market and financing linkage opportunities, and the training programs implemented include the Lagos Agripreneurship Program, LAP, which supports young people with knowledge in modern agriculture, exposing them to poultry, piggery, aquaculture, crop production, agribusiness management, and value addition. Under the year in review, the ministry has trained over 1,500 youth. The program is not simply a training platform, but a pathway for young Lagosians to transition into productive agribusiness ventures that can create jobs, improve food supply, and build a new generation of agricultural entrepreneurs. And the beneficiaries go through an all-expense-paid 1-month intensive classroom and practical phase within the ministry's facility, and an additional 3-month internship and mentorship phase, after which the beneficiaries are supported with agricultural productive assets, net houses, and accessories to engage in commercial leafy and fruity vegetable production as teams within our food production centers at Badagry and Ikorodu. Through LAP, young school leavers have begun to embrace agriculture as an occupation, transitioning from job seekers to job creators and able to support their families while contributing to social development in the state. The second training program is the Lagos Agric Scholars Program, LASP, which is designed to deepen agricultural interest among secondary school students across public and private schools in Lagos State. The third training program is the Lagos State Butchers Academy, an initiative designed to revolutionize the red meat value chain by training butchers in global best practices for hygiene, safety, and modern processing. And the academy is a key part of the ministry's strategic initiative to sanitize the meat industry and attract a younger generation to a profession traditionally seen as being for the unenlightened. The objective of the academy is to educate butchers on standard operational procedures to ensure meat is handled, sold, and transported under strictly hygienic conditions. Second, in the strategic pillars is the agricultural infrastructure development. Infrastructure continues to remain the backbone of our food systems transformation agenda, and food security cannot be achieved by production alone. So, as we believe that if food is not aggregated, transported, stored, processed, distributed, and marketed efficiently, then production gains will be lost through waste arising from inadequate storage, logistics, and market efficiencies. This is why Lagos State has continued to prioritize infrastructure that not only supports production but also connects farms to markets and markets to consumers.
And still from the ministerial briefing, the Honorable Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Akinyemi Ajigbutafe, presented an impressive scorecard of the ministry in the period under review, affirming the ministry's commitment to creating sustainable economic opportunities for Lagosians. The commissioner highlighted the ministry's key significant achievements, activities, and efforts that has promoted employment generation, entrepreneurship development, economic inclusion, and sustainable wealth creation in Lagos.
Over the last 1 year, the ministry has intensified efforts across its core operational departments and agencies through impactful programs, strategic partnerships, vocational training initiatives, entrepreneurship support schemes, and employment facilitation interventions. In fulfillment of this mandate to reduce unemployment and improve workforce readiness among residents, the Employment Department implemented several strategic programs targeted at enhancing employability and connecting job seekers with meaningful opportunities. The program equips beneficiaries with essential workplace competencies such as communication skills, teamwork, problem solving, initiative, and analytical thinking. Participants are subsequently deployed to reputable organizations across various sectors for a 3-month internship placement with a monthly stipend of 60,000 naira. I'm pleased to state that since inception, the program has impacted over 6,500 graduates across 5 divisions of Lagos State. Particularly noteworthy is the successful placement of 2,005 graduates during the 2024 cycle concluded in 2025. Specialized ICT training program. This is a special program implemented called a specialized ICT training program targeted at 200 unemployed youth, focusing on full stack web development and data analysis. A total of 200 participants were successfully trained, certified, and empowered with laptops demonstrating strong performance and effective skill acquisition. 2025 Job Fair. It provided a platform for direct interaction, recruitment opportunities, and workforce integration. The event recorded a turnout of 2,005 job seekers, including 17 persons with disabilities. Participation was drawn from 4,254 online registrations and 1,385 physical registrations. Additionally, 110 recruiting organizations and agencies were in attendance. A total of 2,005 job seekers participated, exceeding the initial target of 1,500. We had the co-studio training program too. A total of 570 participants were successfully trained, acquiring both practical and theoretical competencies in music and sound production. The Lagos State Ministry of Work, Creation and Employment empowered 1,425 beneficiaries within the point of sales machines. This initiative marks another significant step in the state government's continuous effort to advance financial inclusion, encourage entrepreneurship, and stimulate economic growth at the grassroots level. The ministry implemented the Technical Vocational Education and Training, TVET. This is a program aimed at equipping youth with industry-relevant competencies for sustainable livelihood opportunities. In the period under review, the program successfully empowered 500 youth across the 5 divisions of Lagos State with 100 participants drawn from each division of the state. 2025 Event Planning Empowerment Training Program. The Event Planning Empowerment Training Program was implemented by the ministry in partnership with the Sapphire Training School as a 3-month capacity building initiative, comprising 1 month of intensive training and 2 months of internship. Similarly, 143 early stage startups were supported with access to workspace and infrastructure through the Lagos Innovate Workspace Voucher Program. The achievement presented today clearly demonstrates the unwavering commitment of the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment towards the delivery of impactful programs and sustainable economic opportunities for the people of Lagos State.
The Honorable Commissioner for Waterfront Infrastructure, Honorable Yakub Ekundayo Alebiosu, presented significant achievements in waterfront infrastructure development in Lagos State. As a ministry saddled with the mandate to protect, develop, and optimize Lagos waterfronts for sustainable growth, safety, and prosperity, Alebiosu spoke on the proactive and productive waterfront development regulations, creation of new opportunities to boost the blue economy in Lagos State, effectively driven by the Themes Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-olu.
The ministry in the last few months has moved swiftly to one, strengthening infrastructure, completed the reconstruction of 3.7 kilometers of critical shoreline protection to safeguard coastal communities from erosion, advanced the construction of 5 modern jetties and reconstruction of 9 to improve water transportation and reduce road congestion, improved regulation and safety, channelization of over 58.9 kilometers of waterways to ensure safer navigation for our ferry operators and fishermen, intensified monitoring of dredging activities and waterfront developments to ensure compliance with environmental standards, boosted economic potential, issued new regulations for responsible waterfront development, unlocking investment opportunities while protecting our ecosystem, ensure the positioning of Lagos as a premier blue economy destination. We have the construction of jetty with waiting shelter and shoreline protection at Ofin in Ikorodu. 2, we have the completion of jetty terminals at VIP Chalet Waterfront, Badagry. We have the completion of jetty terminal at Ilado Waterfront, Amuwo-Odofin. Also is the construction of jetty with waiting shelter and shoreline protection at Takwave in Etiosa. We have the completion of jetty terminal at Apa Waterfront, Badagry, Apa. Construction of jetties at Ekpe and Ebute Lekki, with channelization of ferry routes from Ekpe to Ebute Lekki. We have the Ekpe jetty terminal, Ebute Lekki jetty terminal, Ekpe Ebute Lekki channelization. Construction of concrete jetty at Agboyiketu in Koshofe, Agboyiketu. Construction of jetty terminal at White Sand, Oyigbo, Lagos mainland. Construction of jetty with waiting shelter and construction protection and coastline protection at Ebute Ero. Construction of reinforced jetty with waiting shelter and shoreline protection at Muwo. Construction of jetty with waiting shelter and shoreline protection, Ijede Ikorodu. Construction of jetty terminal at Ilashe. Upgrading of jetty at Mile 2, Amuwo-Odofin. We have also embarked on newly constructed concrete pontoons at Ikoyi Link Bridge. Construction of reinforced concrete jetty, shoreline protection, and hydraulic sand filling at Agboyiketu. These are not just projects. They represent safer communities, shorter travel times, cleaner waters, and new opportunities for our people. First Lagos Waterfront Summit. The ministry held its record-breaking summit themed Pressure on the Lagoon, hosted by Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-olu. The summit helped in showcasing the state's vast water potentials, attracting global investment, as well as addressing critical issues as it relates to our waterfronts.
The Honorable Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Olubenga Oyeride, presented an impressive performance scorecard, progress report, strategic policy initiatives, programs, and projects of the ministry in the period under review. The Commissioner highlighted with reliable data information efforts of the ministry to coordinate state-level emergency preparedness, disaster management, and intra-governmental relations.
The Lagos State Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations plays a vital role in ensuring public safety, emergency preparedness, effective interagency coordination in Lagos State. To effectively deliver on this mandate, the ministry provides strategic oversight for 5 key agencies: Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, Lagos State Safety Commission, Lagos State Neighborhood Safety Agencies, Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services, and Lagos State Command and Control Center. Together, the agencies strengthen safety, security, and emergency response across the state. Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services has recorded significant progress in infrastructural development and operational strengthening through the completion of key projects aimed at improving emergency response services across Lagos State. These completed projects includes procurement of 62 firefighting and utility service vehicles, construction of Ebute Elefun fire stations, construction of Ijegun Egba fire stations, constructions of Obagbolawan Lawal fire stations, development of a modern workshop at the headquarters of Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Alausa, installation of industrial borehole at Alausa fire stations, installation of industrial borehole at Isolo fire stations, installation of industrial borehole at Ebute Elefun fire stations. The projects currently under construction includes construction of a fire station in Oworosheku, Koshofe local government area, construction of an access road to the 3rd Relief Camp, Idera, Ibeju, Lekki, ongoing construction work at Yaba fire stations, construction of Ikotun fire stations. The ministry distributed an additional 500 units of security gadgets to strengthen the operation of security personnel. The ministry provided foodstuffs and other essential items to support several federal agencies, including National Drug Laws Enforcement Agency, while also extending support to correctional facilities and inmates within the states. The ministry organized regular sensitization programs on youth enrollment into Nigerian armed forces and campaign against human trafficking. Public awareness campaigns were intensified to educate residents, especially youth, on the dangers of drug abuse, human trafficking, migrant smuggling, irregular migrations, popularly known as Japa syndrome. The ministry generated 11,104,000 in revenue for Lagos State through the issuance of indigenship certificates between January 2025 and April 2026. Lagos Emergency Architecture delivered 9,688 successful interventions under Sanwo-olu administrations. 1,156 cases handled in 2025 alone. In line with its statutory mandate to respond, rescue, recover, and drive disasters risk reduction, the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, has effectively attended to 9,688 emergency cases from 2029 to date under the leadership of Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-olu. This performance underscored the administration's Team Plus agenda commitment to public safety, interagency synergy, and data-driven disaster management.
And finally, on the current ongoing ministerial briefing, the Honorable Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, highlighted the significant health policy initiatives, programs, and projects of the ministry in the year under review to deliver universal health care both in the public health sector and the private health sector. He also noted various efforts and achievements of the ministry in the state's health development plan, health insurance schemes, and financial health reforms.
For us in health, the significant aspect, and I'm just summarizing it, is that we're able to deliver universal health care through a strategy called mandatory health insurance. This covers a whole charade of activities. And number two, becoming neutralizing outbound medical tourism. So we don't want any Lagosians to leave Lagos to obtain any form of healthcare abroad in Dubai, in London, South Africa, India. We want to be able to provide every kind of specialty and subspecialty to our citizens in Lagos, and in so doing, neutralizing outbound medical tourism and reversing it, in fact, and contributing to the GDP of Lagos, as happens in many parts of the world. Dubai, India, are realizing billions and billions of dollars in terms of medical tourism, and Lagos wants to participate in that. And we are, at the moment, in terms of a city that provides the best healthcare in Africa, we're now at number 8 after Cape Town, Johannesburg, Morocco, Egypt, Nairobi. Lagos is now number 8, and we're hoping that over the next 5-10 years, we can move up to at least somewhere in the top 3. And these are some of the attributes, including solar technology. Now, if you look at this chart, you will see that on the right is the average hospital that is not built with renewable configuration, and it costs us 158 million naira to power a non-renewable energy hospital. Whereas our green hospitals, which are the future, the cost of powering those hospitals drops from 158 million to 61 million, which is a 96 million naira saving on energy. We're also building the first residence doctors' quarters at Lasuf. We've completed the foundation and we're about to erect the building. And the residence quarters is where our doctors who are learning to become specialists at Lasuf and all our general hospitals will be able to be accommodated comfortably so that they can focus on the job of learning their skills as specialists. Now, we've been talking about new buildings. What about our old buildings? We've been embarking on massive, deep renovation across all our general hospitals. This is Lagos Island General Hospital. We've transformed this hospital from its colonial architectural to a modern design. We're also working in Isolo, in one of our very large general hospitals. We're also working, you can see a transformation here. That's the canteen before and the canteen after, just to give you an idea of what we're doing. We've been working in Ebutemeta, we've been working in Harvey General Hospital. You can see a transformation going on here. We're also working in Jeremy. You can see us gutting the building. These are still live general hospitals. Very difficult for us to work in a very, very busy general hospital. Gutting the buildings, removing the windows, doors, pulling out all the toilets, bathrooms, sometimes taking off the roof, while we're still seeing patients in these facilities. This just gives you an example.
And that's the picture so far on the 2026 Lagos State Ministerial Press Briefing. Watch out for fresh update on our subsequent broadcasts. Thanks for watching.